I like the pink. We're gonna leave it pink. So we left the pink. I look funky. And it started to turn purple. I went all the way back to black. I want a little bit of color. I want a little bit of color. Get off. You. It's a nice rainy day. I'm pzwzkj, and here I am talking. Today I wanted to talk about my log journey, right? How it went and why it's gone. I cut my hair off January 19th, 2026. Here she is. A lot of people told me that I'm supposed to burn my hair and not like keep it or something. So maybe that's why it's still. So I started my locks. I started my locks May 29th. This is the picture I posted when I started my locks. I'm not gonna lie, I am not going to put all these pictures in here with videos. So, and then this is September. My locks were growing rapidly. They grew a lot over the summer. That's why I tell everybody, get your locks over the summer. Why? Because you can go through the ugly phase in your house, or you can go through the ugly phase at work. Who cares? You're at work. Just make sure. This is more so when I was in high school, but just do it through the summer. It's so much easier. So when you gotta go to college or something in the fall, your locks are already growing, sis. You ain't gotta worry about too much. This is when I first boxed out my hair. When I first boxed out my hair, I think it was burgundy. I'm not sure. But it barely showed up. You can kind of see in there, it looks kind of purplish or like reddish. That's the box dye. That was the first time and probably the last time I should have dyed my hair. But nobody told me anything different. So I really miss my hair, bro. Oh my gosh, look. I should never cut her off, but she looked bad. We're gonna get there. I asked my mother to dye my hair or help me do it, and this is how it came out. Which it was a bad job, right? But I liked it because it was unique to me. When you saw me in school, like, where's KJ? Look for her hair, bro. Nobody got no hair like hers. Get off me. And that's when I should have stopped for real, right? Okay, didn't mean to show you that. I love that. I love this stage so much. My favorite stage. I love it forever. I mean, they were so cute. This is when it started. January 24th, 2024. January 30th. This bad boy came out. So it was a chair chill. My locks were so cheaty. There was a tear. My locks were senior year. They started to get really weird here. They started to get really thin here. So my two strands started to look a little less full than they used to, which started to hurt me so bad because look, my head looks really flat. Well, it looks really empty to me. Look at my hair, bro. I was so hard. I was so tough. Then I went to JRTC ball, and I had a flower petal. Is that what it's called? I don't even know. I had a style that was supposed to be flowers. Yeah, it's right there. I did that for my ball, and then I dyed my hair. I dyed my hair ginger for my prom, right? Oh, how do I go back? I wish I didn't do it. So when I did it, I said, hey, I love my freaking close friends. It's so fun to just talk to myself all day. This is me for prom, by the way. Hold on. Oh, open your eyes. Oh, whoa. This ain't nothing to play with right here. This ain't nothing to play with. I was some bad. Dang, bro, I used to love that picture. Holy crap. That color is really hard to keep up with. It starts to look like that, and I hated that. Nah, I dyed my roots because my roots were black. So, I dyed them. This is my graduation. You can barely see the hairstyle I had in this video, I think. Yeah. But it's basically, it's pedal to the back. I went all the way back to black, you know. I made a jump after dyeing my hair once. Dyed her hair back black, and it started to turn purple. Let me break this down. Okay, first it was blue, right? No. How was it? It's kind of purple. It's kind of purple. Like, whoa, what do you mean it's purple? It's supposed to be black. So I was pissy because it's not making sense. So long story short, don't buy a door. Don't use that. On the box dye something, I don't know, don't use a door or whatever it's called. That's all I know. Don't use that. Blue, purple, I think. I'm not sure, but it started to turn purple. Or did it start turning gray first? I think it started turning purple and then it went to gray and then it phased up into green. I ain't never been as hair depressed as I was going through that. Holy crap. So after I dyed it black, I was like, okay, I want a little bit of color. Like a dumb nigga. So I decided to dye my hair blue. Like, well, if you know you wanted to do blue, why did you go black? Because I was a little stupid freshman in college. So I got the bleach and I was getting certain parts of my locks that I wanted to turn because I was not going to do my whole head. No. So the one conscious thought I decided to commit to, right? Alright. So then I got the bleach, I did the locks, I got them out, I washed my hair. I was like, okay, I like the pink, we're gonna leave it pink. So we left it pink. You would be like, okay, what's the dealio here? What's the big dealio here? Why are you so upset that you left it pink? If I decided to just do blue instead of, hey, let's do pink, this wouldn't exist. I wouldn't have done anything else to my head after the blue, because after the blue is when I cut my locks off. So I'm pretty sure if I just did blue by itself, I would probably left my hair alone. And yeah, I also did not rinse out my blue dye because this was the night that we were going home the next morning for Thanksgiving break. So I was like, okay, I don't want to leave the dorm a hot mess. So I ended up doing that anyway. So after the blue, like I said, my hair was green. My hair was like turning greenish. This was cute for the moment, but you can't see it up close. You don't know what it looks like up close. You can literally see some of the strands of hair that looks a little lighter and greener and like grayer. My hair looked like it was put through a chipper. It was put through a chipper, and I decided to keep some strands long and some strands short and have it green and kind of blue also, but with a little bit of like grayish, like a little bit of mold type color, you know. Yeah, and I was trying so hard to rock this style. I couldn't. You know how bad I know I couldn't, because most of my different highlights have a lot of stories. They have more than 3. This one had only 3, and it was so bad. So then I finally cut them out. Those are what's in the bag, and then this is me cutting them out. If I can find this video, I'm gonna actually put this video in here. Get out of my face, because you did this to me. You did it to me. Yeah, and then this is me when I was bald. For the long while I was. And when I was bald, oh my gosh, not even bald. I wasn't even bald. But when I barely had hair, it was like I was going through a psychosis with myself. I was like, what, am I even me anymore? Like, I felt so weird, bro. I've never felt that bad about myself. I mean, hair really does it to you. I can't even lie. Like, hair really does it to you. I'm glad I cut my locks off because I feel like I've become a better me, you know. I think I was being held back by my locks. Not saying that locks hold you back. Mine personally held me back. I did love my locks. Yes, I did. It's just that we started to drift apart, you know. We started to stop understanding each other. And that's why you communicate, you know. You have to love yourself in and out. Because if you don't, the parts that you don't love or that you stop taking care of, they're gonna shrivel up and die. My hair started to shrivel up and die because I was not taking care of it. But I was for like the 2 years I started. Like this era, I was so she looked a little funky. Like, I looked so funky during this era. I look funky. That's how you know I didn't care. Because I walked around like this all day. My mom thinks it's bad now. My mom be like, oh, you gotta dress up when you come behind me. Oh, you gotta do this when you come behind me. Girl, I was in college and like, I came up of the streets. Oh, yeah. I'm not even gonna... Should I edit this? I feel like I shouldn't edit this. This can be raw and authentic. I don't have to watch through it though because I'm very embarrassing. And I've been known to do stuff and I'm not noticing. But when I look back at it, like, what the freak did you do that for? Look back at it. Bye. I'll see you guys whenever I see ya. Get you on the flip side.